Hello dear students, welcome to the video classes of class 7 science. Students, today we are going to learn chapter number 3, that is materials of daily use, and this is the part first of this chapter. In this chapter we are going to learn about fibers, types of fibers, animals yielding wool, rearing and breeding of sheep, selective breeding, in which we will learn about different breeds of India, then wool, extraction of wool from sheep, and at the last we will study about the occupational hazards. So students, in this chapter we will learn about the fibers. So what are fibers? Students, in class 6 you have learnt about some fibers obtained from plants. You also learnt about the wool and the silk fibers that they are obtained from the animals. Wool is obtained from the fleece, or you can say the hairs of the sheep or yak, and the silk fibers come from the cocoon of the silk moth. Do you know which part of the sheep's body yield the fibers? Are you aware how these fibers are converted into the woolen yarn that we buy from the market to knit a sweater? Students, do you have any idea how the silk fibers are made into a silk which is woven into sari? So students, in this chapter we shall try to find the answers of all these questions, and we will start it with the fibers. So what are fibers? Fibers can be generally defined as the thread-like structures that are thin, long and flexible strands. The two main fibers sources are plants and animals. So plant and animals, these are the main fiber sources, and the obtained fibers are spun into yarn and then it is woven into the best fabrics. On average, a single long fiber can produce yarn for different types of fabrics. So students, as we can see in this image, that this fiber, it is divided into two main categories. That is, the first one is natural fiber and the second one is the synthetic fiber. Students, this natural fiber, it is obtained from the nature. In nature you have plants and you have animals. So students, this fiber we will get from the plant. These are known as the plant fibers, and the example of plant fibers are cotton and jute. Whereas the animal fibers, these fibers we get from the animals, and these are wool and silk. And what about this synthetic fiber? This is also known as artificial fibers because these fibers are man-made, and that is why they are known as artificial fibers. So students, the example of artificial fibers are nylon, rayon. Thereafter, animals yielding wool. So students, in this video we will talk about the wool, from where we get the wool and how this is extracted from the animals. So students, what is wool and from where you will get the wools? Yes, wool comes from sheep, goat, yak and some other animals. These wool yielding animals, they bear hair on their body. Do you know Why these animals have a thick coat of hairs? Yes, hairs trap a lot of air, and air is a poor conductor of heat. So, students, the hair keeps these animals warm, and wool is derived from these hairy fibers. The first that you can see here, these are the sheep. So, most sheep have two types of hairs from which the wool is obtained. The outer coarse hair, it is known as the cam, and the fine soft undercoat close to the skin is the true wool, and this is from which the wool fiber is obtained. So wool fiber is obtained from the undercoat hairs, which are very fine and soft. Here you can see this is the cashmere coat, and the fine soft fibers obtained from the undercoat of this cashmere coat is called the cashmere, and outer coat hair fibers are quite coarse, and high quality cashmere is obtained from the dehairing or the combing. The Kashmiri coats are found only in the mountain regions of China and some part of India also. Here you can see this black animal. This is the yak, and the yaks are found in the Tibet and Ladakh. Their coats consist of outer long coat hairs and an undercoat of soft silky wool. The color usually ranges from brown to black. Thereafter, students, the camel wool is also used to make the fabric. The camel fleece consists of soft, fine undercoat and an overcoat of the long coarse hair that grows up on to 15 inches long, and the camel wool is considered a healthy natural product. It has excellent insulation properties. Thereafter, the Angora rabbit. Can you imagine the rabbit? Yes, Angora rabbit. These have the soft white fibers, and these are called as the grove wool is obtained from the Angora rabbit. Stiff, long, guard hairs growing through the soft coat and have to be removed before the fur from these rabbit is combed out. The soft white fur obtained is then spun into yarn, and that is used to make the sweaters. Students, this is the Angora rabbit. Here you can see very beautiful rabbit, and here it has lots of hairs on its body, and these are very soft, and the fibers which are made from this Angora rabbit, these are very costly. And also we have another variety of wool yielding animal, that is the Angora goat. Here you can see in the image, this is the Angora goat, and this is famous for their fleece. They have a thick curly coat similar to sheep coat, and Angora goat, its breed is the only one which can produce a mohair, a soft or a sort of lustrous fibers. So students, this mohair fiber, it is very famous, and this is only obtained from the Angora goats only, and these are even found in our locality also. Here you can see this is Chanthangi goats. These goats are very famous because the hair of these goats are used to make the Pashmina shawl, which is very famous in the area of Kashmir. And these are very costly shawls because these are made from this very fine undercoat hairs, which is very close to their skin, and this makes more warm. Then students, we have to study about rearing and breeding of sheep. So, apart from grazing sheep, rearers also feed them on a mixture of pulses, corn, jar, oil cakes. Cakes means these are the material which are left after taking out the oil from the seeds, and these are very healthy for the sheep. And the minerals, and in winter the sheep are kept indoors and fed on the leaves, grains and dry fodders. So students, as you can see here, the food of these sheep are very common, like they are eating pulses, corn, jar. So these are easily available in that areas where they are reared. And the sheep are reared in many parts of our country, and certain breeds of sheep have thick coat of hairs on their body, which yields a good quality of wool in large quantity. Students, if the wood is not giving the high quality of wool, then there is no use of that sheep. Therefore the rearers, they will only selecting the specific or a very special type of sheep for rearing purpose, for taking yield from that sheep. And once the rearer sheep reared, the sheep have developed a thick coat grown on their hairs. The hair is shaved off. This is the similar as the cutting of your hairs, because they will cut the hair in the specific season, like especially in the summer season, and these are again grown till the winters come. So students, how this breeding is done? Breeding means the selection of parents. So here, how it is done? Some breeds of sheep possesses only fine under hairs, and their parents are specially chosen to give birth to sheep which have only soft under hairs. And this process of selecting parents for obtaining special characters in their offsprings, and such as the soft under hairs in uh, in shape, is termed as the selective breeding. Means selective breeding, it is the process in which the selection of very good quality of sheep is done, because their offspring or their child is also the same quality as their parents. That is why the rearer, they will select this process, they will select the breeds as per their demands. So wool. What is wool? As we all know that this wool is obtained from sheep, goat, yak and camel. There are many more animals from where we get the wool. And this wool yielding animals, they bear the hair, as we all know, and the hair are of two types. The first, that is the coarse wool, and the second, that is the fine hairs. So students, this is very important for us to know that what type of hairs are present on their body. So students, this second type of hair is used for us. This second type, the fine soft hair, these hairs are selected from their body, and these are used to make the wool. Wool is made by these fine soft hairs. The fleece of the sheep is not the only source of wool, though wool commonly variable in the market is sheep wool. Yak wool is common in the Tibet and Ladakh, and the Angora wool is obtained from the Angora goat, as we all know, and these are found in the hilly region such as Jammu and Kashmir. So students, when you will visit the Jammu and Kashmir area, there you will find the Angora goat. Wool is also obtained from the goat hair. The underfur of Kashmiri goat is soft, and it is woven into a fine shawl, as we all know. What is the name of that shawl which is made by the Kashmiri goats? Yes, these are the Pashmina shawl. and these are very warmer. The fur or the hair on the body of camel is also used as a wool, and llama and alpaca, these are found in the South America, and it is also the wool yielding animals. So never forget, llama and alpaca, these are found in the South America. And at the last, the from fibers to the wool. Now students, in this we have to learn about how we will make a wool from the fibers or from the hairs. So this is done by the rearer. The first step that they will do is the selective breeding. They will choose the fine hairs from their bodies, from the body of sheep. Here you can see how the selection is being done, or what are the different breeds that are of the sheep that is found in the India. Here the first, as you can see, these are the Bakarwal, and these are found in Jammu and Kashmir region, and the type of wool that we get from this sheep is the woolen shawls. So we can make the woolen shawl from this Bakarwal sheep. Then we have Lohi. So Lohi, where you will find Lohi? In Punjab and in Rajasthan region, and this will gives you a very good quality of wool which is used to make the sweaters. Students, the third one is the Marwadi. As the name suggests, Marwadi, that means these are found in, yes, these are found in the Gujarat region. And the wool that we get from these animals, these are coarse wool. Then the fourth one, that is the Nali. This breed is found in Punjab, Haryana and Rajasthan region, and these wool are very famous for making the carpet. That is why these are named as a carpet wool. Then the fifth one we have is the Patanwadi. So this is also found in the Gujarat region, and these are very famous for making hosieries, or you can say these are very famous for making the socks. Then the Rampur Bushair. Rampur Bushair is also found in the Punjab, Haryana and Rajasthan region, and these wools are also used for making the carpet, and therefore they are also known as the carpet wool. Then students, let us know how we will take the hairs from the body of the sheep and how these hairs are converted into the fibers or the fabric. So students, the very first step is the shearing. What is shearing? Do you know? So students, the fleece of the sheep along with the thin layer of skin is removed from the body of sheep, and this process is known as the shearing. Machines similar to those used by the barbers are used to shave off hairs. Usually the hairs are removed during the hot weathers. This enables the sheep to survive without their protective coat of hairs, and the hairs provide woolen fibers. Woolen fibers are then processed to obtain the woolen yarn, and the shearing does not hurt the sheep, just as it does not hurt when you get a haircut or your father shave his beards. Do you know why? Because the uppermost layer of the skin is dead, and also the hair of the sheep grown again just as your hair does. The next step is scoring. So students, the sheared skin with the hair is thoroughly washed in a tank to remove the grease, dust and dirt, and this is called the scoring. Nowadays, scoring is done by the machines. The third step is the shorting, or the grading. After scoring, the sorting is done and the hairy skin is sent to a factory where the hair of different textures are separated or sorted. Thereafter, the carding is done. So, before wool can be used for making fabric, it is disentangled or cleaned. The intermixed fibers are separated to form the continuous fibers. This process is called carding, and the wool fibers are passed through a series of metal teeth to straighten the fibers. As you can see in the image, students, this comb is totally metallic. Okay, and how they will do this? They will just set all the fibers on this comb one by one, and thereafter they start combing with the another same metallic comb, and thereafter in this process the hairs which are intermixed get separated from each other, and that is how they are entangled or they are cleaned. Thereafter, spinning. So what is spinning? Spinning, or you can say it is the process in which yarn is made. So carded wool is twisted, as you can see in the image. There you can see a person is twisting the wool and they will make a fiber. So how it is done? The twisted hairs or the twisted wool, it will turn into a yarn which is used to make the fibers. And here this is done by a silver rope. The silver is stressed and twisted into a thin yarn, and spinning for woolen yarn is typically done on a mule spinning machine. Thereafter, they will do the finishing. Finishing in this, they will wash the yarn, and this is done by the machines. The woolen yarn is woven or knitted into the fabric, which is then used to make the finished product, and such as the clothes, tablecloth, or the bags. Students, as you can see in the image, the first step is started from the shearing. As you can see here, the shearing is done by the knife, or it is done by the machine also. Nowadays machines are used. Thereafter they will wash it to remove the dirt or the grease from the wool. So second step is scoring. Thereafter they do the sorting and then the combing or the carding. The carding is done by combing the wools fibers, and thereafter they are made into the yarn by the process of spinning. Occupational hazards. So what are occupational hazards? Yes, the damage which is related to the occupation or some of the health hazard faced by the wool industries workers are the respiratory diseases like asthma, bronchitis, etc. Or there are many more problems which are caused by the wool industries by the bursts of these fibers. Then the workers suffer from the various skin infections also. Our health problems include headache, fever, back pain, and neck pain. So students, this fiber or this burrs, which are the fine threads that is released from these fibers, they are known as the burrs, and these are goes into the respiratory tract. As we all know that there is the windpipe that goes into our lungs. Here you can see that there is the windpipe. and from our nose or from our mouth, the small fine fibers, that is the burrs, these are entered into the respiratory tract, and there they will causes the allergic problem or the asthma or the bronchitis. So this is very dangerous for the rearers or the person who are related with these type of occupations. And also one more problem or the disease is caused by the bacteria, and that is known as the Shorter's disease, and this is caused by the anthrax bacteria. The name of this bacteria is the Bacillus anthrax, and this will causes the Shorter's disease, and this bacteria is very famous in the case of cattle, and these are transferred into the human being, especially to those humans which are related to this field for for this type of rearing purpose. So when there is any cut on the body of human, these bacteria, they will make the infection at that place, and thereafter they will start growing into the body of human being also, and this is very fatal to the human being. This disease is historically the anthrax, or called as the wool shorter disease, because the individual who shorted wools, as we all know that this is related to the occupation, that means those who are doing this work, it will affect them only, and then this is transferred to their family members also. That is why this is very fatal, and this is stopped by using the antibacterial medicines. Thereafter, students, in the next video we will discuss about the silk, from where the silk is obtained, about silkworm and life cycle of silk. So thank you, students. Thanks for watching this video.